Management of children at home and school. A practical guide for parents and teachers. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's discussion. Every parent wants to see their child succeed. Every teacher hopes to help students become capable, responsible, and happy adults. Yet despite the best intentions, many children today experience stress, confusion, loneliness, and emotional pressure. In this talk, we will discuss practical principles for managing children, both at home and at school. These ideas are based on timeless wisdom that remains remarkably relevant in today's fast-changing world. While modern technology, social media, and educational systems have changed dramatically, the basic needs of children have not changed. They still need guidance, protection, understanding, and opportunities to develop into independent individuals. Let us examine these principles one by one. One important principle found in ancient teachings is that solving problems begins with the individual. Instead of simply removing every obstacle from a person's life, the focus is on teaching each individual how to deal with life's challenges by developing the necessary knowledge, skills, and character. However, as discussed throughout this series, every social relationship has responsibilities on both sides. Therefore, children are expected to develop good qualities, but parents and teachers are equally responsible for fulfilling their duties toward children. A child's development is a shared responsibility. It is important to remember that parents and teachers perform several roles at the same time. They are educators, they are advisors, they are protectors, they are also friends. In addition, parents naturally perform many of the functions of teachers. Unfortunately, a growing trend can be observed today. Some parents continue acting only as service providers long after their children have become adults. They solve every problem, make every decision, and carry out every responsibility on behalf of their children. While this may appear to be an act of love, it often prevents young people from developing independence and responsibility. Real guidance means preparing children to stand on their own feet. Protecting children from physical and emotional abuse is extremely important. Harassment may come from bullying at school, cruel or immature siblings, relatives, neighbors, or even other children staying at home. Today, the problem has expanded further through social media. Cyberbullying, online humiliation, spreading rumors, and exclusion from online groups can damage a child's emotional well-being just as much as face-to-face bullying. Sadly, there are occasions when parents or teachers who are expected to safeguard children unintentionally join those who create the problem. In some unfortunate situations, they themselves become the source of emotional harm through harsh criticism, humiliation, or unfair treatment. Children should always feel that home and school are safe places. Another major issue is excessive expectations. Many children live under constant fear of disappointing their parents. Some are expected to obtain the highest grades in every subject, excel in music, sports, languages, competitions, and leadership activities simultaneously. Along with normal school education, students are often compelled to participate in numerous curricular and extracurricular activities, such as excessive tuition classes, swimming, elocution, dancing, several sports, compulsory religious activities, and many other programs. Although each activity may appear beneficial individually, together they can become an overwhelming burden. Children also need time to relax. They need time to play. They need opportunities to spend time with friends. They need time to develop hobbies. Sometimes they simply need quiet moments to think. When every hour is planned by adults, even with good intentions, children lose the freedom to enjoy life according to their own plans. Eventually, such tightly controlled schedules may produce a younger generation that feels exhausted, frustrated, and even disgusted with the constant pressure placed upon them. Overprotection creates another set of problems. When parents prevent children from making age-appropriate decisions, insist on doing everything for them, attempt to overfeed them, or remove every small difficulty from their lives, the child's natural development becomes unbalanced. Simple activities such as packing a school bag, organizing study materials, preparing simple meals, traveling short distances responsibly, or solving minor problems independently are opportunities for developing life skills. Doing everything for children may appear caring, but in reality, it can delay the development of confidence and responsibility. Children should gradually receive increasing levels of independence according to their age and maturity. Consistency between parents is equally important. If a mother and father disagree on an important decision, they should discuss the matter privately and agree upon a common approach before presenting it to the child. Otherwise, the child receives conflicting messages and becomes confused about what is actually right or wrong. This consistency is strongly related to creating a stable understanding of good and bad within the young mind. At the same time, some children quickly learn to take advantage of disagreements between parents by approaching the parent who is more likely to agree with their wishes. A united and consistent approach provides security as well as clarity. Proper communication between parents and children is essential. The role of a friend naturally includes open communication. Likewise, teachers should also make themselves available to discuss students' concerns and difficulties. Good advice is far more than giving lectures. The skill of advising includes choosing the appropriate time, telling meaningful stories, sharing suitable examples, and encouraging thoughtful discussion. Children should be allowed to ask questions freely. Open discussions help them understand rather than simply obey. At the same time, mutual respect must always be maintained. Children should be guided whenever they begin to cross appropriate boundaries of respect toward parents or teachers. Healthy communication combines openness with respect. Another important responsibility is protecting children from becoming spoiled. However, excessive control is not the answer. Children also require an appropriate level of privacy according to their age and maturity. As they grow older, they need opportunities to think independently, develop trust, and manage certain aspects of their own lives. Therefore, a balanced middle path should always be adopted. Too much freedom may expose children to unnecessary risks. Too little freedom may prevent healthy emotional development. Balance produces the best long-term results. Every child is unique. Children are not born with identical abilities. Some may not inherit the talents of their parents. Others may possess abilities that are completely different from those of their brothers or sisters. Therefore, planning a child's future should be based on that child's own strengths and abilities. Similarly, children may develop interest in fields that differ from family traditions. Some children may even fail to recognize their strongest talents while growing up. Parents and teachers should therefore observe carefully, identify hidden abilities, and encourage children to develop them rather than forcing everyone into the same path. Society benefits from diversity of talents. Another challenge faced by many families arises from apparent conflicts between natural sciences taught at school and traditional value systems practiced at home. Earlier talks in this series discussed general approaches that may be adopted when addressing such situations. However, if parents cannot answer questions raised by their children, it is advisable to seek guidance from knowledgeable and capable persons. Ignoring the questions will not solve the problem. Scolding the child for asking questions will not solve the problem. Simply surrendering to whatever the child currently believes will also not solve the problem. Children deserve honest, thoughtful, and well-informed discussions. Curiosity should be encouraged rather than suppressed. Special care is required when a child belongs to a minority group within the school. This may happen because of physical strength, appearance, particular skills, behavior patterns, ethnic background, or even personal likes and dislikes. Children who are different often become targets of exclusion or ridicule. Parents and teachers may not always be able to change the attitudes of every other child. School administrations have a clear duty to control harassment and bullying, although it may not be possible to eliminate such behavior completely. Therefore, parents and teachers should provide close emotional support. They should spend time with these children. They should listen carefully to their feelings. Children should be encouraged to express themselves openly without fear. In addition, hidden talents should be identified and carefully developed through proper guidance. Achievements in sports, music, science, art, technology, leadership, kindness, or other areas often earn genuine appreciation from others and help improve confidence. Most importantly, we should remember one simple truth. Being different is not always bad. Many innovators, scientists, artists, and leaders were once children who appeared different from everyone else. Finally, let us consider an approach that addresses social rejection from a different perspective. Friendliness meditation offers an inward solution rather than simply reacting to external difficulties. Instead of responding to rejection with anger, resentment, or bitterness, one gradually develops kindness, goodwill, and friendliness toward others through regular and systematic practice. Meditation should not be viewed as an instant solution. Immediate results should not be expected. However, with consistent practice, significant benefits gradually emerge. The first benefit is the reduction of internal pressure by controlling anger, hatred, disappointment, and disgust. But the benefits extend beyond inner calmness as friendliness meditation becomes a regular habit. Facial expressions naturally become more relaxed, warm, and pleasant. Modern psychological research has also shown that positive emotional expressions encourage similar positive responses from other people. Since human beings are naturally social creatures, pleasant emotions often generate pleasant responses in return. Consequently, existing relationships become stronger and opportunities for forming new friendships increase. Friendliness meditation therefore contributes not only to personal peace but also to healthier social relationships. As we conclude, remember that raising a child is not merely about providing food, education, or financial support. It is about nurturing character, confidence, emotional strength, wisdom, and compassion. Children need protection, but they also need freedom to grow. They need guidance, but they also need opportunities to make decisions. They need discipline, but they also need understanding. Most importantly, they need adults who lead by example. When parents, teachers, and children each fulfill their responsibilities, homes become more peaceful, schools become more supportive, and society becomes stronger. Thank you for listening. I look forward to seeing you in the next talk in this series.